What if the secret to turning around a struggling, cold, and unfriendly church wasn't a new program, more sermons, or leadership changes, but a widow with a folding table and a heart for hospitality? In this episode, discover how Cricket Veal's simple monthly meals transformed relationships during one of the toughest seasons in the church's history. Her story reveals profound lessons on love, connection, and what real friendliness looks like. Lessons every Christian, elder, preacher, and church needs today.
Welcome to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. Mr. Barber is a preacher, a ventriloquist, a barefoot runner, and writes 2 blogs. When Jerrie communicates, he encourages people, try not to learn very much. Find a mustard seed. In the next few minutes, try not to learn very much. Look for something you can do to move a mountain, remove a stumbling block, or provide a stepping stone for yourself or someone else. And now, here's Jerrie with this week's mustard seed.
It was a trying, disappointing time. In a few months, our attendance had dropped from near 400 to about 300 each Sunday. 2 of the 3 elders had resigned, dissolving the eldership. Unhappy people left. People said it was my fault, the previous elder's fault, and the ones who were still theirs' fault. According to reports, the church was cold and unfriendly. A Christian widow moved into a condo in our area. Cricket Veal was a loving, happy Christian lady. She missed most of the fuss. She didn't select a side to cheer for some and alienate others. She did something I've never seen before. She bought a folding table and folding chairs. Once a month, from our church directory, she selected 6 to 8 people to invite to her home for a meal. Gail and I were invited more than once. It was because of Cousin Zeke, my ventriloquist figure. She didn't call an elders' meeting to ask how they were going to fix the church. She didn't wait for someone to ask her to get involved. She didn't complain because everyone wasn't happy. She wanted to know her brothers and sisters in this new family. It was simple, yet powerful. We ate, we talked. Cousin Zeke and I chatted for a few minutes. We went home. Cricket did it again the next month. She wanted to become acquainted with Christians at the Bears Chapel Church of Christ in Franklin, Tennessee. She thought this was a good way to do it. It took time once a month to cook for 8 to 10 people. She invested money to buy groceries. She wasn't a wealthy woman, but it paid great dividends for Cricket and the people she blessed in her home. After doing this for a few months, Cricket's observation on the congregation, "This is the friendliest church I've ever seen." Why was her observation different from many who couldn't survive the cold, unfriendly people in the congregation a few months before? What can we learn from that? This is a good way for shepherds to relate to sheep. I find my name memory improves when I eat with people. What if each elder and his wife hosted 1 or 2 families to get to know them better? How would this improve elder-member relationships? In one of our interim churches, we decided to do what we had done at an early church, visit each family in the congregation. However, in this church, families consistently ignored or rejected our request to visit in their homes. What could we do? It's not good to visit someone who says they don't want to visit. About every 2 weeks, Gail cooked vegetable soup, cornbread, and a dessert. We invited 8 to 10 people. We ate together. We introduced ourselves. We played the game. The game is an excellent way to start conversations. I'll put a link in the show notes if you're interested in learning more about it. The Cricket method is ideal for Bible school teachers. I remember a lady who read stories to a group of young people on her front porch. I walked a mile each week to take part. I remember the Santa Claus she gave us at Christmas, made of an apple, a marshmallow for his head, and gumdrops on toothpicks for the legs and arms. That was 71 years ago. Initiating this practice, the Cricket principle, is a good way to apply 1 Peter 4, verses 8 and 9. Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins. Show hospitality to one another without grumbling. But, Jerry, I don't have time. How about doing this once every 6 months or once a year? Direction is more important than speed. Something every few months is better than nothing forever. Do something intentional and regularly to practice love and hospitality to other Christians and non-Christians. Listen to what Jesus said in Luke 14:12-14. When you give a dinner or a banquet, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or rich neighbors, lest they also invite you in return and you be repaid. But when you give a feast, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the just. In that congregation, we appointed new elders. We survived the fuss of 1995. A few years later, we averaged more than 400 for the year, a world record for that congregation. Many people contributed to the survival and revival of that church. They were fuss-free for 25 years after that. One of the people I remember during that time was a newcomer, Cricket Veal. She did what she could with what she had where she was, projected and prophesied a great attitude, and embodied the principle, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. A question for me, and if you'd like to join me, will I be a cricket, doing what I can with what I have where I am?
Thank you for listening to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. If you found a mustard seed, send a text or email with the link to a friend. This podcast is brought to you in partnership with the Ministry League Network. Ministry League is a global platform dedicated to equipping Christians with the tools they need for ministry, worship, and personal growth. Featuring over 50 podcasts created by members of the Lord's Church, Ministry League provides uplifting and biblically sound content for all ages. Through the Ministry League app, you can access these podcasts, a digital songbook for worship, free Bible study materials, curriculum, and other ministry resources to strengthen your walk with Christ. Don't miss out on the latest updates and podcast episodes. Subscribe to the Ministry League YouTube channel for daily content and exclusive insights into the work of the Lord's Church, or visit ministryleague.com to explore what's possible. Ministry League, equipping you for every good work. Thank you for listening. Jerry looks forward to next week as we continue to collect and plant mustard seeds.